Hi, Cancer Sun and Rising. Welcome to your July 2022 Astro Update. It's Raina here. I thought I did Cancer already because usually I will do the sign that the sun is in during that month first. So I just kept looking at my channel and it didn't look like I did do that. So anyway, happy birthday to all Cancer people. I'm recording this in late June when the sun is already in Cancer. So happy birthday to all Cancer people. And of course, the sun is in your sign as the month begins. That's always nice. Nice little conjunction with your sun or ascendant, which gives you that sense of revitalization. And on the 5th of the month, I was saying this with the last reading that I just did. I said the day after the 4th of July, which is in the United States, our Independence Day, the birthday of our nation, which is a Cancerian nation. And so on the 5th of July, it's just funny saying the 5th of July because I'm so used to the 4th of July being such a big deal. So the 5th of July, we have Mars going into Taurus. Taurus is a friendly angle to you, Cancer, and it's coming from the 11th house, which is a really interesting place to have Mars because the 11th house is the house of the collective. And it's very interesting also in the sense that Aquarius is the ruler of the 11th house. So all Aquarian things are associated with the 11th. And I believe that Aquarius is in conjunction with Cancer, if I'm not mistaken. In other words, it's 150 degrees apart. And because of that, it's a weird angle with Cancer. But I find that there are often still common traits. And with Cancer, there oftentimes is a humanitarian side to this sign. And it's almost like there's almost like this political aspect to it. And I would say, now, of course, I'm an American, so maybe it's because the Cancers from the United States that I am observing that are born in the United States, they have a direct, they're very patriotic. Well, you could say that about any Cancer from any country. They're going to likely really love their homeland. And that plugs you into the collective just by virtue of that fact. So the other thing is nurturing people. That's something you're a caring individual and you want people to be nourished. So some of your pet projects may involve like soup kitchens, food banks, housing, Habitat for Humanity is in the United States, and also homeless shelters. Those might be the kind of humanitarian organizations that you they're close to your heart. So something can be going on with that because Mars is activating that area, and there's either a sense of urgency. This is the house of hopes and wishes. So maybe there are some Cancer people that feel like they have been sacrificing themselves for others for way too long, and now you are going to kick some butt with your own dreams. Maybe you just are thinking to yourself, you know what? It's time for me. Maybe you have an empty nest at this time, and so you don't have to devote all your attention on children. Not that you would if they were in high school, but still, you feel this sense of liberation in that sense. This is coming off of the new moon in Cancer on June 28th. When I'm recording this, it still isn't that date yet. So Some of you may be hearing it before the new moon as well. So it's just a sense of like maybe you're going all out, but the 11th house can be friendships and Mars can be conflict. So there might be some kind of friction with a friend for whatever reason. On the same day, Mercury goes into your sign. So that might be finding your voice. In other words, you have Mercury in the first house. Cancer people are kind of strange creatures. No, I'm half joking. I said half joking. What I mean by that is that Cancer is a cardinal sign, but it's also a water sign. Water signs tend to be quite sensitive towards others. Even though they're sensitive towards themselves, they extend that to others. Generally speaking, there are always outliers, unfortunately, because sometimes those outliers can be the exact opposite of being sensitive. But anyway, but the thing that makes Cancer kind of strange, in my observation, is that there sometimes seems to be a reluctance to assert themselves. So there can be like passive aggression. And this can also be exacerbated if you have your your Mars in Libra, for instance. Maybe even Taurus. Maybe it could manifest in Taurus as well. I'm thinking of signs that tend not to rock the boat. And but Cancer itself, even though it's a cardinal sign, and it can demonstrate aggression sometimes, especially when a Cancer person feels insecure. You might be riled up to be very forthright, but in general, you may be kind of reticent to be very straightforward in whatever it is that you're trying to get your needs met with, and obviously when that happens, it's going to be problematic because the other party may be kind of shrugging their shoulders and saying, well, I can't, that's not my responsibility to do this or that. Or maybe they won't even know exactly what the Cancer person is hinting at. And you might not even be incapable of sarcasm. You might have that tendency sometimes because you want to express your displeasure, but you don't want anyone to know about it directly. So you just make these sarcastic remarks. If you have Mercury and Gemini, Katie bar the door, then you're really going to be like that. Definitely. So, but I feel like when Mercury comes into your sign, you don't have to feel that sense of confusion anymore because Mercury in the 12th house can make it hard for you to even formulate your thoughts and understand what exactly it is, why you think the way that you think. And so you may just feel more able to tell people what you're feeling and what you think about things, and that can perhaps have a good outcome. On the 13th, there's a full moon at 21 degrees of Capricorn. That's your opposite sign, Cancer. So this is in the 7th house of committed partnership. That can be different things for different couples. If you are, obviously, if you're single, this won't have anything to do with relationships, I would think, unless you're getting over a marriage. And maybe this is your time to fully let go. So sometimes Cancer people have a hard time letting go of relationships, even if they instigate the dissolution of a marriage. Um, you still may feel like you had no choice, but you love that person regardless. But you can't allow that to keep you from moving forward. And Cancer sometimes lives in the past. So this might be a time, maybe you can even do your own little ceremony to let go of that relationship if you feel like you're just too energetically intertwined with somebody. But other than that, this could be the ending of a committed partnership that has, um, been on the skids anyway, because this is going to, I believe, form a conjunction with Pluto. I don't have a, I don't have anything that's showing me the exact aspects of that day. I just know that I think I heard another astrologer talk about that that Pluto was making contact with the full moon here, and I know that Pluto is in one of the last degrees of, let me see exactly what. So Pluto's at 28. Or wait a second. No, actually, 27 degrees of Capricorn. So it's 6 degrees apart. I think I guess that's considered close enough. And so Pluto, is retrograding at this time. So this is coming from within. So that's even more powerful when you think about the conjunction with the moon, because the moon is our inner self. The sun is our outer self and the moon is our inner self. So that is really helpful in letting go of something that no longer serves you. And yet, it can still be bittersweet, if it's not good for you. This can be public relations. Maybe you're emerging. You have a powerful profile at this time, or you're developing one. On the 17th, Venus goes into your sign. So you have Mercury in your sign, the sun in your sign, and now Venus in your sign. That can affect your appearance. You may just have an aura that is very appealing to other people, very attractive. Venus is the attractor. So that can bode well for any kind of thing that you're trying to accomplish, that you can have this sense of charisma or whatever you want to call it. And the other thing too is you may decide to get a new hairstyle or something. You might gussy yourself up on your own right, in your own right. On the 19th, Mercury goes into Leo. So Mercury is going into your second house. That is a house of earned income. So you may be numbers crunching. You may be like deciding how you're going to, organize your money. I don't like to use the word budget. It sounds so limiting, you know what I mean? But, organizing your money, that sounds good to me. And the thing is that if you are changing the nature of your committed partnership, and maybe you're getting divorced, or maybe you're moving out of your dwelling that you're sharing with someone, or they're moving out of your place, or you're going to keep the place and they're moving out, this may be another reason why you're kind of trying to figure out what to do. And by the way, I'm not saying that everyone who is coupled is going to break up with their partner. That would be silly. I'm talking about people who are having problems in relationships. It can actually be a good thing, because maybe you don't have the guts at another time to do this. And maybe something comes over you and you're able to leave a relationship that is really sucking you dry. That's a possibility. On the 22nd, the sun goes into Leo. We're starting to get this Leo energy, so the second house gets triggered. We have on the 28th the new moon here, and it's just that sense of focus on your resources. And I mean, this happens every year. It's not like this is some kind of a special year for you, but you don't always have new moons that are early in the sign. This is 5 degrees of Leo, so it's all happening in July that these things are coming into play. So you can look at that last, what we'd say, almost 2 weeks as being more grounded and more concerned with dollars and cents resources. Okay, that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a personal reading, I'm promoting my double readings, deep dive readings, which are double astrology, 1 hour of natal chart analysis and 1 hour of transits, or my whole enchilada reading, which is an hour of natal analysis or transits if you make that clear in a message to me, and a full-length tarot reading. So I have special prices for those since they're double readings, and I have standalone readings as well. You can find me at RainaMoonAstrology.com, and the link is below. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.